to more official announcement. I changed the clock, and also I would like to ask you to go to the website of any of you who have the mobile phone and check whether the broadcast is going on, because it's going on. But I also say we didn't start yet. Those, okay? So you can get the coffee, you know, it's still the time. What is the time now?
5 po 12.
Okay. To sprawdzajcie, czy dobrze sprawdzam, czy dobrze zmieniam. Tak? Mniej więcej jest ok? Mniej więcej, bo to może być od chyba. Is it correct now? Is it correct now? Because we are on the Polish time zone, okay? There are no in Portuguese.
But it doesn't work this second.
Oh, come on.
Just
It's not precise in general, so. Okay.
jeśli on tak już zostanie, nie? Bo sekundnik nie działa.
Oh, so we've got the sound as you hear. No problem. Okay, see the sound.
It sounds like yesterday.
I always check the website and I see no broadcast on the mobile website. In which parts?
Okay, then I have to find. I have to find my mobile, which
You had it in your
With
hand
me.
like 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Zadzwonić?
No. Muszę w tym momencie nadać do Janka, żeby przekierował, bo to tam się gdzieś blokuje. Dobra, dzięki. He knows that it's not working.
Okay.
So he's faster than me with that. What is better? Art of confusion or art of collapsing? What do you think? What is better? As a general message, confusion, of course. And then art of empathy. Perhaps we should create a new neologism, which is a combination with those terms, and then we would, because we don't know exactly what's going on, and then that is that's the space in between. I like.
Yes.
I like. But yesterday we were getting the quite interesting, and people stay longer. Szymon was here, Łukasz was here with Dimitris, and that was a very special meeting with the person who was explaining his disability as a basic reference to his art. So he was talking about smelling, about tasting, and how it is interconnected with other senses. That's how he expressed. But then because you know, we have the word sztuka osobna, which is not quite easy to be translated to English in one word. It's like a separate, but also like an individual, which is away from the mainstream, and that's what Józef Robakowski, the famous artist from visual art, also working with music, he articulated long ago. So I was referring several times to this. So whenever we are talking about classes, about different fields which are described quite, and the theoreticians already landed on this field, and they are trying to explain us what's going on. In many cases, the artists are gone from the space, so they are talking about something which is a little bit the past revolution, for example. Okay, and then it's already another. So then my talk with Dimitris, I was telling him, well, we are like nomaden on extraterritorial space, and that's what is this about when you look for the list, because there are individual speeches which are quite very strongly connected with the concept of sound art in general, coming from Fluxus, from also from first extra position of Joseph Beuys, who used audio art as a term first time, but then he put it away. So this is the story. When I started the festival, I call it not sound art festival, but audio art, to get this kind of concern, and we don't know exactly what we are talking about, but then you understand, checking those roots. So that's really great to have you here. Emilie and Tom, they played an excellent concert yesterday on the first floor of the Bunker Sztuki, and then that was our common decision that perhaps it's more safe to move your lecture to Monday, because you were coming just before the concert, so there was noise. Even that we were talking, sometimes we use this form that the presentation is just before the show. It reminds me the older style of meeting with the composers, you know, and that's why I'm not quite clear whether this is good form. But practically, yes. Then you are talking about there's introduction, there's like an anticipation, there's like you are coming and then you are staying and you are playing. But when you are making this afterwards, so that's the case, and I like it. Most of them were before, but Arlan was talking about not his piece, which was performed before.
Okay.
So that's another statue. We are getting him, and then he was presenting himself in two forms in this way. Now that's really nice. Even that I'm a little bit tired about my talk already, so sorry for that. but yes, the another audience is there, and even there are few people remember that all our recordings are staying there. So when I make a report after 1 month, I'm getting hundreds of people being there.
Of course.
So forget about time.
Yes.
Future and past. This is the story, moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So this is also the message to you, that when you visit the website of the festival, you have a column on the left side with all festivals. You know, 32 already full of archive. So that's also quite nice. You can check Benoit Maubret, for example, performing with his audio ballerinas on our festival in the place which doesn't exist anymore longer.
Okay.
But for him, that was also quite. Oh, przepraszam. Oh, sorry. So let's start.
Let's go.
The percussion instruments are already here now. That's why I told my assistant that it will take longer to him than me walking, and I'll be back in a moment. I think that everything is fine, and you got the sound, but
Yes,
do you need the video? Perhaps.
Maybe
Why
it
not?
would be nice. I don't know.
No, I think that's a good idea. I will call my technician back. He tried to reach me. That was not my sound, yes? Or? Okay. He's trying to reach me, okay?
Yes.
But in a moment, you should, it's on here, yeah, the two green lines.
Yes.
So it appears already. So you use mark, so you understand cloning, not cloning, and so on. So it's up to you how you can move it. Is anybody from you? Yeah, he is Mac user. So if the problem starts, please help them, and I will go. I'll be back in, I think, 10 minutes.
think Marek expected you to wait for him.
Ah,
Okay,
sorry,
so
sorry.
we
I was-
go.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go.
Let's
So
go.
okay, sorry.
So hello, thank you for being here. So maybe we make a little
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm Emilie Škrijelj. I'm from France, and I play the accordion, electronics, and turntables.
And I'm Malmendier from Belgium, living now in France. I play the drums, percussion drums.
So we created the audio Les Marquises in 2019. So the first idea was, okay, I play the accordion, I play the turntable, let's try which instrument we will use for this duo, and finally we took the decision to keep the two instruments. So that's why the project is always in two parts. With first part with turntables, and then with accordion and electronics. So what we like to what we like to do is to improvise and to try to make like a fusion of timbre. Like we don't know if it's the drums or the turntable we are playing. So I like to use in my record some percussion vinyl from contemporary music, experimental music, traditional music, jazz also. And so yes, we use a lot of this kind of record because it fits well with the drums. Then with the accordion I use some sampler. It's some from field recording that I did in different travels in Balkan, because I have family in Balkan, but also in Italy because I also family in Italy. So it's a kind of mix of sounds that I record in the city, in some landscape, some noise sounds, etc. And I mix it with a little synthesizer, and with the accordion that I use a bit like a synthesizer. I like to play tone by tones, and like a monophonic instrument. I like it, and to make it sound like an electronic instrument. So I try to also to make a fusion of timbre of the accordion, the synthesizer, to make a fusion on it, and to find also some timbre very close with the drum. So it's a bit yes, the receipt of Les Marquises, I would say. But maybe Tom, you would like
Yeah,
to...
it's something which appeared like when we first improvised together, like just with no special idea, just try to play together. And but very very quickly it appeared this, as you said, this connection of same timbre, same dynamics also, because on accordion you have a pretty percussive play, like a very special way of playing and kind of percussive, which fits quite well with percussion also. So we try to go further in that direction of finding like dynamic way to play together. And on turntable, same. I think turntable is a really also a percussion instrument. Actually, you have really the attacks and stuff, and you have lots of dynamics. So it also fits pretty well with percussion and with drumming. So after a few first meeting, we found like, okay, this is a nice connection we have on this very dynamic playing, very kind of intense, and so we started developing that and going further in this direction.
I remember first rehearsal that we had. Tom proposed to make like music, like something. How do you say? Something that never stopped, with a tension that never stopped.
Yeah.
Do you remember? But not necessary to play loud, but just keep something that always going on. something
Yeah,
like
to
that.
keep an energy and attention and to keep
Yes.
going.
So we will work on
Non-stop.
this.
And then in this, trying to find dynamics.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be like loud and let's go, but the idea was to keep the intensity and be able to be like very low in volume and also loud and have as much dynamics as possible, but always to keep like the thing is never stop. And then now when we play, of course we allow us some other landscapes, soundscapes, and something. But yeah, it was an idea at the beginning when we start really working on the project.
It was a bit the start of the project.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to have some question or if you have some question, feel free to ask some stuff.
To interrupt us.
Yes.
Don't worry.
So
Yeah.
we can continue. Or it's okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if so we recorded our first album on because so we continue to work together in different projects and we created our label. It's SM. I don't know if I have a CD to show you just the label. So because I am what I didn't know it's I make fine art studies, so this is my background. I don't have any diploma in music, and so for me it's very connected, drawings and sounds. And so when Tom saw my drawings, he said, "Oh, maybe it could be nice cover for a CD." So I don't know. I don't have yet this there. The yes, I can show you, but I think it's a bit the same.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, actually, this is the last album we just released, like 1 week ago, but it's not there. But when I saw these drawings, all the drawings of her label are made by Emilie. There are some examples there. And when I saw her drawings, I said, "Oh, this has to be a cover for an album." And then when we went further to the project and when we had our first album ready to be released, I said, "Okay, let's release it by ourselves," and we use one of your draw. And then after that there was a second album and a third one, and so we just put a name of a label. That's not the idea to open a label and release many things. This is the 10th one, so we have 10 releases for now in 5 years, something like that. So it's not an idea to release a lot of things, but and maybe know the situation of the record label, especially if this music is not like you. So release an album on a label is not easy. So it was also like when we had our first album as a duo, we said, okay, we don't want to wait like for months or years to release it somewhere, so let's do it by ourselves. And then yeah, that's just the story. Yes.
What about the recording process? Do you do it yourselves as well? Like
it depends. The first one we went to a studio in the Netherlands, and it's White Noise Studio, sorry, and it's also known for doing like a video session called the White Noise Sessions. You can find it on YouTube. There is a lot, and for experimental music, but also rock bands, and a lot of people played there. So that's how we heard about it, and we were in contact with him. Noise Studio, sorry. And it's also known for doing like a video session. Is it normal to hear my voice here?
no,
probably.
It's a broadcast because it's delayed.
Yeah.
But where does it go?
But why there? Oh, no. Okay. I don't like my voice, that's why I don't want to hear it.
This is the video from the station.
Yeah, this is the studio actually.
I don't know. Can I have more light?
I forgot to ask you about the name of the. Is it like just the name, something to stick Le Marquise?
Good question. Actually, Les Marquises, when
like
we
the
first met,
cookie? It's a cookie code.
no, Les Marquises is some island volcanic island. It's in the Pacific and Pacific Ocean. Actually, it's and it's for us is the island where maybe you heard about Jacques Brel, a famous Belgian singer in the 50s, 60s. And when we first met, we talked a lot about music and art and many stuff, and Jacques Brel also, whom we both like a lot. And then after many discussion and things like when we need to find a name for a duo, then Les Marquises appeared like a nice name. So Les Marquises is the name of the last album of Jacques Brel, the last album he recorded. When he knew he had a cancer and he knew he will die in a few months, and then he recorded this album, which is very intense. When we need to find a name for a duo, hello me, and so it's also the island.
Perhaps you have the active website of our festival, because it goes there.
But it comes and goes, like every now
in a
and
few
then.
months, and then he recorded this album.
Ah, that's funny, because I'm controlling this, but I shouldn't.
Very audio art thing.
Oh, thank you very much. That's we've got another bonus, yes. Which is evident.
Okay, so yeah, the Les Marquises comes from there.
I'm connected with the oldest speaker in the studio.
Okay.
In fact, 52 years old. If you want to use it, I can switch it to it.
So that's the story of the name.
So it was yes, kind of hommage
Yeah.
to Jacques Brel. Again, in French we say clin d'œil.
Uh,
I always try to translate French
expressions.
expression, but it's clin d'œil, like this.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
It's
in
just
English.
to
Yes.
Wink,
Yeah,
like wink.
yeah.
Yes, yes. It's just because
Je
there is
t'oblive.
really no links with the music of Jacques Brel.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure, you can't. So maybe I can just talk now, because so Les Marquises was a bit the beginning of a lot of other projects. So maybe I can a bit talk about this. So we invited Mike Ladd. I don't know if you know him. It's an American rapper, and so we were interested to invite spoken words in our music. So yes, it's a kind of post-futurist stories that Mike Ladd tell a story, and we the idea was to keep our music, not change the music and not be like how to say
Too polite or
too polite or yes.
yeah.
To be
Yeah,
active in the music, like three voice, like we are three voice, and not the voice and musician who be just accompagné.
No, they continue.
Maintenant, mais comment on dit accompagné?
Yeah, not that. Yeah, like you said, the
Not
voice
stay in
and,
the
and,
background
and the
and
background of music.
Of music. So yes. So I don't know. I can just make a little sound. I think it's just the teaser. This one. It's very.
Now you would think, people, that if you received a message from an unknown species that said, "We are awake, we are many, we will die," you would think, people, or Kodakians for that matter, or corporate giants, or crown subjects, or bound clients, or Mortillians, or Sangrecians, or Violetians, you would think no matter what sentient species you were, that if you heard someone say, "We are awake, we are many, you will die," that you would leave that species alone. You would leave said unknown threat alone. Tranquille. In their corner of this vast galaxy, but no. No, my friends. The corporate giants of a different structure entirely. Greed, a physical force defying every other principle in the universe. Turning gravity into fools. Greed. Greed pulled another corporate giant closer to the moon, closer to the danger of these unknown beasts who had made clear their threat. She called the magistrates in the hall of Kordakia and told them to dispatch an entire division to the moon.
That was a creation of the Meteo Festival in Mulhouse. I don't know if you know this festival in the northeast of France. It's a very nice festival. I recommend you. It's in August. So that was an extension of the duo Les Marquises, I would say the first extension.
Yeah. Yes, and how much of that was improvised?
So the text is completely written, but we completely improvised with.
I see.
And then also, so the text is written, the story is written, but from each performance is really like acting it, and then it changed also a lot of dynamics in it, and the poses it does. So it's really.
I see. So in a way, it's a theatrical piece. Also, it's a contemporary poetry, but not a slam poetry because it's the words are not improvised. It's written down
exactly.
as you said.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's yeah, exactly.
But yes, it's not improvised. But what it's nice with my class, because he has a lot of projects of hip-hop music, but also he work a lot with musicians from the experimental jazz scene. So he's very nice listener, and he like to interact with us. So it's very playful to play with Mike. So this is one of the extension of the duo. We have a lot other. There was also with Elio Amber, a saxophonist, and then I can talk also about the last trio. It's not Les Marquises Plus, but it's a trio with Otomo Yoshide, who's a Japanese turntablist. It's a new project, and for this I give up the accordion, and it's just only 2 turntables, actually 3 turntables, because Otomo used 2 turntables, and so turntables and drums, and yes, it was a nice meeting. We met him at the Densité Festival, which is another nice festival in northeast of France, in and now it's Verdun, but it's in the northeast of France. And we gave him the CD of Les Marquises, because we are a big fan of Otomo, and we just want to give.
Who isn't?
Yeah, he's a legend.
And after that, he wrote us, and he told, I listened to the CD, I enjoy a lot, so we stay in touch, maybe to play together, and then we have the opportunity to invite him in France for a tour. It was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes, 2 years ago. It was awesome.
23.
After that, there was one concert in 23 in Marseille that we recorded, 24, that we recorded and then we released on our label. We had morning meeting, because during this tour, each morning we had some weird meeting, like in the train or in the train station, or so that's why we
in the taxi.
We have a lot of funny
interaction with
people.
Yeah,
like
local
on tour
people.
you can have some surprise. It was nice, and so yes, I can show you this. I don't know how long does it like a shot.
Yeah.
Because it's it's this concert in Marseille that we released.
You can also go to the field.
Yeah. Yeah, you are uploading. You are refreshing the website. Because then okay.
No, it's blocked. So
I know.
don't know what to
Just
do.
wait a bit.
So for squid, then you quit the Safari or Chrome or whatever. But this is French keyboard.
Yeah.
Or stuff. So another shortcut. Of course, that was my fault because I told you to switch the full screen. That was my fault.
It's YouTube.
Kidding.
Plenty of.
Juste un morceau.
Well, not only that, but that's our friends, you know. Computers, mobile phones, tablets. They're helping us as much as they can, the same like the other people. So no difference between AI and human. Wczoraj jak grali z AI, to ja wysłałem do Jacka Opiełki, mówię, no zobacz, właśnie ludzie kopiują AI.
Znaczy,
No,
mam
tak-
dużo
tak się
przemyśleń
zaczyna
na temat
tej-
tego wczorajszego setu.
No dobrze.
Je fais quoi?
No to wiesz, możemy się umówić na osobne spotkanie przed napisaniem artykułu, wiesz, na przykład też.
No vas-y, parle.
Nie, w żadnym wypadku nie ma to żadnego związku, że będzie ktokolwiek wpływ na to, że wręcz odwrotnie. Nie chciałbym żadnego wpływu.
No, dzieją się rzeczy, nie?
No tak była cała konferencja, wiesz, w zeszłym roku Reset, w tym roku Reverse, są artykuły właśnie, zrobiłem panel, w którym tylko sztuczna inteligencja prowadziła, rozumiesz, a ludzie zostali wyrzuceni po prostu po to, żeby sobie to unaocznić też, na jakiej zasadzie jest ta współpraca.
Okay. Waiting for this. So this was the.
Do you know what is the French combination on the keyboard of four squid? You know what is four squid? We are
Yes, but
we are cutting the application
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
you know, and
She's
from the
trying
list.
it, but
And then then
No.
of course the last moment is to restart the computer, but four squid is the solution. So you are getting the application starting from Finder, all active. Okay, not bad. I like this. But then the matter is whether you have still the cursor on moving on the screen or not. Okay, I
Oh.
think we've got it.
something
So
is
refresh the website, or go to the window down, and maybe don't push the
Non, mais I
full
will
screen.
like
But
it like
we
this.
don't have the sound.
bien?
Yes. No.
C'est
Non,
d'accord.
mais là,
Parce
j'ai
qu'il-
le son.
Okay, it's coming.
So, we got it. So that was the new project, and another project that I would like to.
Did you record something
Outside.
with Atomo Shikida? Did
So
you release something?
The album we released is a live recording
Yeah.
from the first tour. So for now, that's all we have as recordings. Actually, during the first tour, we recorded four of the concert. We played 8 and we recorded 4, and we chose one to release. And then we did a small tour 1 year after it. We recorded also one concert. We'll see. But for now, we only have live recording with this project. And next February, we also do another tour with him. But no, maybe at some point it would be nice to have a studio time, just to, because also in studio you can play or at least cut the things a bit in a different way than in concert. You just arrive, you play the concert, and then it's recorded. If in studio, maybe we could do like shorter pieces or something. So it could be something to think about in the next months, years. We'll see. So for now, we just have the live recordings with him.
And is Atomo playing only turntable or guitar as well?
No,
or
only turntable.
Okay.
Yeah, from the beginning it was we decided to try like this. So Emilie and him both only on turntable. So let's guitar and accordion out of it, and just try and let's see. The first so we had one day of rehearsal before going on tour. He had his guitar with him, so but I think we haven't tried. The guitar was there, but I think he didn't play the guitar at all. It was really only turntables.
Once we invite him for another project that we could maybe talk later. It's this one, Brune, and in this project we invite him and he played the guitar.
He had also the guitar.
It was
yes.
the only occasion that used it.
Yeah.
We don't know. It was like we wondering if me too, if I play also the accordion, if he played the guitar. And finally we said, okay, maybe it's fun to have just turntables and drums. And we had a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
that's great. So yes, another project that we have with Tom is this one. The name is Presqu'île, so it's I don't know in English.
Presqu'île in French is a peninsula. Like it's not really the island. It's just but it's nearly the island. Presqu'île is nearly island. The translation.
So it was during the lockdown. We couldn't. The idea was, okay, we come. In France, it was not allowed to play concert. I don't know in Poland how it was, but in France it was like this. And so we actually we live near Metz, so in the countryside. So we walk a lot during the lockdown. And sometimes we bring with us some instrument that we can hide on our backpack. And backpack, yes. And so I have a very little accordion, and Tom bring his little snare drum, and we play in the countryside, and we play outside. And then we start to record it, to make a video on it, and that it was the beginning of a series of video that we made. So here it's in Porto, and we make all our video in a map, so you can see where we did it. So actually, if you zoom it, you see that there is more than just one. So close to Paris, because we are invited by a festival to make some video by the festival Son d'Hiver in Paris. Here it was in Mulhouse, in the festival Météo. We make like where we are in holidays. We bring our stuff and say maybe we will make some video there. So we make in Vienne.
And what is this icon on the map?
Sorry?
Is the location where the video, where we played and where the video was made. So no, on the
because it looks like a bomb.
Oh, it's not. It's like a pin.
No, it's just music. It's not
That's
dangerous.
Yeah.
No,
It
this
could be
old
dangerous.
school bomb
Yeah.
from the game.
So no, it's
Bomber.
just the location of each video.
So here it was in Porto. Alors, I have to make an écran. Like this, up. So you click on this, and then you have the video. So I can say it was in Porto. Oh, je l'ai pas encore. So yes, we play with the sound of the soundscape. So we like to play with the comment on dit yes, with the soundscape, but it's also a video work.
Yeah.
So you like to choose the good.
Yeah, we like to make we try to make a nice image also because then there is no audience. We play just for us, and as we do a video, we try to have a nice image to share. And we were pretty lucky with this tunnel and the how you call this, the walls were like shiny, and then you have the reflection.
I can show you another one was a bit funny. It was in Belgium. This one? It was our first, how do you say, audience during the lockdown.
Yeah.
But I will show you maybe. So I don't know how long is it.
Don't do full screen.
No, I don't want to.
Never again.
But you see the code there.
Last test.
So we have some codes in the background. And they were super curious, so I will move a bit further there.
They're coming towards you.
Yeah.
They're coming. Okay.
Elves are lovely.
So we finally had an audience.
Audience.
Yeah. Audience.
But it was very special because yes, lockdown was a special thing for everybody, but to have they were so close to us and very curious until the end, and they continue, they stay there after we play to look at us. So, little experience with cows.
Yeah, so the beginning of this was just then during the lockdown, as she said, so from her house and then a bit further, but always like just playing for ourselves and sometimes the cows. And then after a few, and we were posting this on the YouTube channel and also on Facebook and socials. And so after a few weeks, months, we were invited from a Meteo festival in Mulhouse to do to spend a week to make some videos around the city, and also to do some live performance. So it was, I think we did 2 live performances there. So it was the first time we played this in front of an audience. So mixing with the soundscape and with audience coming there also to see this. So yeah, that was 2020.
use during the festival Meteo. And what we like is that life continue around us. We don't. It's not a concert where people just sit and listen to it. It's like a bit like Fluxus to mix art and life. We like also this idea. This is the Presque project. So we don't found the last one was, I don't remember, but we keep continue to create some video, and it's like when I think we make it like in Metz. Yes, we can open the map and make in other place, but for now it's more in Europe. So that's what the Presque project.
Do you plan to record something in Krakow?
I didn't bring my little accordion, but
Because here, so we are here to play Les Marquises, but on Friday, Thursday and Saturday, before coming here, we were playing this other project, which we will talk about now. You see here with all the metal objects, and so this is a lot of space in the car. So if you see your car now, so with all the materials we needed for these two projects is really full. So yeah, we haven't much more space for taking the small accordion, the small the other stuffs. So not for now. Also, it's something we do more in the summertime than in winter. We did some in winter, but
yes,
yeah.
we did once in the snow.
We did one in the snow. That's true.
Yes.
So no, unfortunately, not in Krakow.
But
We will come back
we will come back.
to do this.
So this is the project that we play 2 days ago. So it's Bruin with Michel Tiger, clarinet from Berlin, clarinet player from Berlin, Tom and myself. So the idea was to use speakers inside of a metal object to create some effect of saturation, to modify the sounds of our instruments, and to specialize the sounds in the space. So we created like 2 years ago, and we like to play in very different space, like in Slovakia it was in old Bata factory. Here it's in the church, so I can show you the video and to see the project. to play amplified accordions because yes, I like the sounds. It changed the timbre of the sound. It's more electronic, electroacoustic sounds that I like. So when I try to find how I can also find other materials, other sounds with the instrument is to work on the speakers. Maybe speakers can be an instrument. Maybe speakers can color the sounds of the instrument, and I could maybe find an extension with that. That's why I found about this kind of excitators on metal objects and how they can completely transform the sounds of the instrument without electronics, without computer, just with the physical how to say physical effect of just vibration and the microphone and the speakers and the metal objects. So that's what I thought it could be a nice extension of the trio of Bruin, and also to make something visual and to connect also with my background of fine arts stuff, and to make something visual and a kind of sound and visual project. And yes, we use some objects which are related to the air and the water. That's why the name of the project Bruine, because Bruine in French is like it's a really little rain, like
very tiny rain, like in between fog and rain. So it's like drizzle in English.
Mrzawka in Polish.
Oh, do you say?
Mrzawka in Polish.
Muzhavka, that sounds
maybe
well.
we should translate
every
each
country.
Mrzawka project.
Muzhavka.
So here Tom moved the object, so it's also during the performance he moved the object and it changed the space, and we like also this.
Yeah, also the transducer we use from one object to the other, it changed a lot the sounds, because the vibration it creates in the object, if it's lighter or more loud, it will react in different ways. So during the performance we go, most of the time it's me, but we all can go inside or change the transducer to put another object, but also change the space by moving the objects, and then create. It's more about space, and this project is a lot about the whole space. So we have this installation, we are around us, and the audience are around us also, and around the installation. So it's a lot of spatialization, and then if we move the things, everything changes somehow. We also invite people during the performance to move around, not just stay at the same spot. It's great if you can move around and go to see the things and listen from another perspective. That changes a lot.
And we also have we use also this project like just a sound installation, and we had an exhibition in a gallery in Berlin, and sometimes like last summer we are invited in Sweden to play, and also to let the installation running during the weekend. So we like also the idea to work on sound art. Well, just not musician, but also sound artist, and that's why also we bring our project in our company, whose name is What. We gather all projects around about sounds, about space, and we enjoy to work on this way. And we had last project that I want to talk about is Go Slow. It's with a dancer, so it's always to be open and not just to make music projects. So we invited Julien Carlier, which is a dancer from Belgium. Tom, you can maybe talk about your
he's a dancer and choreographer I met in 2017, I think, in a project, and then it was a project from another company. We were both interpret in it. I was the drumming and he was dancing, and then he invited me to make music for one of his pieces as a choreographer, and then later he invited me on other project to play on stage. So we know each other for a long time, and we really appreciate our respective works. And so also with Emilie, we were talking a lot about improvise and have a project with a performer, someone doing something, or dancing, or with movement, or with stuff. And then after some discussion, it appeared like a normal and good idea to try something with Julien. And then we did this performative form. It's not we had some residency to try ideas, and we ended up to a not complete written form, but for him at least, and also for us actually, for both of us, there is like how do you call that? How do you say that? It's not completely written from A to Z, but we have some meeting points inside the piece. So we go together in the same direction. So we have some also the space change. We change the light, we change the instruments, we change the everything in the space, and then we have fun of it.
Yes, and we also moving.
We are also moving, Emilie and me. I mean, not dancing.
No, but
He's a dancer. He's a really good dancer.
Yes.
We're not dancing, but we are moving. We are changing spots, and we are changing instruments, and we are moving also in the space. So, the whole space is changing.
And Julien use a lot of the light like a body, like he make move it, and he use it like a partner for dancing, and also it's a kind of it's a nice accessories for the stage design, because it change a lot the space. So we can maybe just show you the teaser, like if I manage to open the YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, crazy. No.
Oh, no.
Be careful.
Sorry.
Go down with the whole screen.
Yeah,
Down.
but
Just cancel.
This is okay.
I don't know.
No.
Oui, mais I don't want to show the publicity of Oval
Wait.
stuff.
It lasts, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. It's a very short teaser.
La suite couple,
En même temps, attends. So yes, in this performance, also he moved the light, but also moved the speakers, like you saw little speakers that I use for the turntables. So this is the idea of everything, like every materials can be a part of the performance, light, sounds, body, etc. So that was super nice to meet him and to work together. And we make the creation at the Densité Festival also, that we talk the other time. So I think we talk.
Yeah.
We can show you last things, because we have a bit time, but it's a project that we made with Les Marquises, but with video projection, because Tom make nice video and we would like to project it on us. So it was a video that we made actually during the lockdown. It was interpenetration.
It's an organization in Austria, in Graz, who asked some artists during the lockdown. They have some fundings, and they asked some artists to propose a video project or a live video from home or something like that. and so we didn't want to just do a concert in our living room with a camera on it on us, and so we had this idea of we already had this idea of projecting some videos on us as a like design or as something, and then we had the opportunity to do this in a nice venue close to our place, and so we did this. We proposed this.
We
to
asked to the venue to have a
white floor.
And so we put the camera just above us. So I am here, and Tom is here, and this is the video.
This is pretty epileptic. I hope nobody is
Yes,
too sensitive to that.
yes, I forgot to ask before. Sorry.
So basically, that's some of the
Yes,
projects we try to develop together with Emilie. So Les Marquises was really the first thing together, and then we have a lot of ideas always together. So yeah, and sometimes there is some opportunities, and then we can do something. So also sometimes we just we can invite some other musician and we do 1 or 2 concerts, and then it's not a real project. It was just sometimes, but also sometimes we have the opportunities to develop the projects to a new project. So this is some of the project we.
But more or less you are more spontaneous about creating new projects. It's not like, okay, our next goal is to get a new recording with Otomo Yoshihide, so we are doing everything next 2 years to make it happen. So as you said, there is opportunity, some roots, so maybe go with the flow.
Yeah, go with the flow is a good definition of our way to do things, I would say. Yes.
I have a question about Metz as a space, because I can imagine there are a lot of different activity. So where you are there, so is just concentrate on your own activity?
In Metz,
what is the relation between, I don't know, academic university level, you know, the most visual gallery, visual art activity, and where you are located? Because you know all big centers are a little bit different structures.
Yeah, for sure. Metz is a kind of small city, and there is,
I passed 2 times.
yeah, it's a
Passing
nice,
is
it's a
not
very
good-
nice
It's not a
city.
good idea.
It's a very nice city with a beautiful cathedral and some beautiful stuff. Also, nice museum and galleries. But I would say it's not super active as a city. And also, we are touring quite a lot, and so we are not there so too often. And yeah, sometimes when we are at home, we like to have a bit of rest, and we always have things to prepare for other projects or touring or stuff. But yeah, we have some good connection with. There's one really nice organizer in Metz called Fragment. He's organizing a lot of stuff, mainly experimental and improvised music, but also jazz, sometimes rock. Like he's very, very open, and he's really one of the main organizer for this. He doesn't have a proper venue, so he always need to deal with other venues to organize and to make collaborations. But he's doing really great job and a lot of things. So yeah, we help each other also for this, and we try sometimes to organize ourselves smaller things, like if we have friends passing by, for example, and it doesn't work with Fragment, then we try, if we are around, we try to, okay, there's a nice bookshop where we can do things, also a gallery, nice art gallery.
Octave Cobel.
Octave Cobel is the name, and so yeah.
There is also the Frac.
Yeah, the Frac is
where
the.
we did the creation of Bruin. So we have some. There is also Arsenal.
Yeah, there are
It's a
some
big
places.
venue of classic music, but they are also open, a little open for a bit experimental and contemporary music. We play there with Otomo. So there is some. We can make some links with some people there, but the more active is Fragment, this organizer, and that's in this way that I discovered this music also.
Yeah, this is the question about networking, local, big. We're traveling, and then I mentioned about this nomaden space, extraterritorial. But I think, well, because, well, I don't know whether most of you pointed out that I'm putting name of cities since the beginning of the festival. For last 30 years, this is the mapping, is the very special. Our common friend Miroslav Trofimuk, he was running the network project, so showing the references relation between the places, how people are moving. So the multi-dimensional form, which is quite interesting. Starting from this very low alternative underground activity, which is even below the
of course.
official. And then we are on the vertical way. We are checking how they are integrated in between those places. Sometimes they are like this, or ignoring, or forgetting, or something like that. So we are at the academy, for example. You can imagine. Then we are in the city gallery, and then there are some other places like a new media, Wesoła Immersive, the very new modern art commercial video with immersive concept. They are charging quite expensive tickets because they believe that they have this kind of mission to appear on this top level. So they are cooperating with many international organizations. So that's quite interesting. I'm still on the rather hidden and like this, but very ambitious now, younger people trying to really change my idea was completely different when I was starting in a not communistic, because we're always socialistic country, the Poland, and then I remember somebody asked me about how about you, Marek, after the war break in the communist country, and blah, blah. I said, well, I'm the same, in fact. Even that I was doing independent things, so this is another story about this that we are above. There are a lot of things, but we try to move. So that's why I ask about Metz, because I think I don't know whether you know that there's a there are many small cities in Poland which are very active, for example.
Okay.
Not really the big metropolis.
Yeah.
No,
But
so
in-
then the mission is very special.
Yes.
I can ask, can you run this no audience concert in your small city? I said, no audience? Yeah, just start from this. Nobody will come. This is the point. Because in many cases the misunderstanding lays on
Yeah.
also on this. We have a good audience now, but after 30 years. So
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah, it's a bit
there
the
was
same
crowded on the beginning,
everywhere.
then a little bit less.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
like a very nice.
Yes, but you have to organize and educate the audience from the
We are
beginning.
educated, we have
Yes.
students.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
No, they are not here, as you see. There's the answer.
Yes, but you can also do this in the small city. But this is very work from the ground up, and you can also work from the more.
No, my intention was not to ask you what you should ask what I should do, because this is another misunderstanding. But I'm talking directly about the places, how they are interlocated inside, because I think this is a very beautiful story with Bourges, with Grammy in Lyon, in the big Irkam, you know, and
Yeah.
Toulouse. So that's so different, and Toulouse is different. Yes, Oliver, Guy.
Different.
Yes, then we are talking because we have also French composer here. So that's very beautiful story to get this direct contact and then forget about the institution, for example. Or forget
Yeah,
about,
so
about those networks, but then of course they are.
yeah.
There are people, people which are meeting each other. So that's we have so many surprises on the festival now. Oh, you are here. Oh, what? And then do you remember me? I was here 15 years ago, and they said, oh, I remember. Then we are getting the point, you know.
Yeah.
That's quite a story. All the
But
time.
I would say
Spirale,
in France, at least in Metz, but also I'm from Belgium, so I can also compare there. In Metz, for what I see, what I observe, it's like there is before lockdown was much things happening, like in the underground scene, and after lockdown, some people stopped, and also some venues closed. And now in Metz, I think it's a bit difficult, more difficult than before to organize things. And I guess it will also change. Everything is always a bit like that. You know, sometimes are more difficult for some reason, like less people doing stuff, because we are young and we want to do a lot of stuff, and then we have families and stuff, and so life change a bit. And that's normal. And then new young people arrive and do stuff. I see, for example, in Brussels, I'm quite a lot in Brussels, and there, for the last 10 years maybe, like the underground music scene, especially for experimental, was really not bad, but really few things were happening. And now in the last months I see like new young people coming from conservatory or other parts and really active by organizing stuff, doing stuff, inviting people. So I see like the city is really moving and with a very nice dynamic now and good energy. And this is great, because really 10 years ago I would not say to anybody to go to Brussels to live and to be a musician. But now I heard some musician from France or Germany saying, Brussels, it's a nice city to go. And I think it's a nice city to go. So it's always changing. And now Metz maybe it's a bit difficult. That's also why we try to help the guys who organize things and try to do things by ourselves. But we also then feel it's not easy when we want to organize something and we need to find a place. It's not always easy. I mean, the two places we mentioned, it's nice for small acoustic things, but we cannot do like a noise show, for example. There is one venue where it's possible, but I mean, the place is nice for that, but it's not easy to go there. Doing this, they prefer to have a rock band than a noise band or
Maybe
something.
a container or something, you know.
And
the
yeah,
big-
we need to invent
big
something,
those are the
something
places.
else. Yeah, but it's always possible, but sometimes not easy.
Mhm. But sometimes it's easier than we think, because we predict that it's not easy, or we
Yeah,
predict that,
yeah.
that nobody came, for example, because it's too far. So that's the idea. I think it's just to explain maybe ourselves, because in certain moment we are following certain stereotypes and we are sure about something, because there are classes which are already described, you know, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And it's good to say, because that's another story to talk about post-COVID time, because the
A lot has changed.
Ostap, you are from Lviv, so we have also a lot of great cooperation with Ukraine, with a lot of many people, several programs. So yes, one of them was Pandemic Media Space, which was the cooperation with the European support during the COVID. So
Okay.
those are the result of Go de Polonia. You were 2 times on Go de Polonia. I was in Lviv so long time ago, so that is quite beautiful links on a time of horizontal on this timeline. That's amazing what you are doing. Now we see during as a post lecture for the concert, which was kind of classical as a stage arrangement. Yes,
Yeah,
in a way.
in a way, yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked me why she plays on this, but I found out that it's accordion. I said, wait, accordion is there. So and it was my daughter-in-law, my daughter, my granddaughter. No, I have no daughter-in-law. Okay, and that was that's and then they were waiting for this moment. No, it's quite nice. Sometimes we are speculating whether we should show something on screen behind you, for example. When you have a lot of small objects
Yeah.
on the longer distance, we can't see this, and well, but perhaps
Yeah.
I'm coming too late. That's why I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's also one why we like to, and we do different things. We also like to do acoustic things with audience like closer
Yes.
to see also all this. Because me as an audience, I think a lot of times it's also a visual experience to
Yes.
see musician experimenting with other things
You
than
should
the
see our
usual.
concert hall, because it's a classical one, so it's a high stage and
Yeah.
then the large audience. So in many cases I'm calculating how many people came, and I invite them to surround the stage.
cool.
I cut the light from the, so it's like cutting the space, in fact,
Yes,
to,
yes.
to smaller space. You are building the smaller space,
Mm.
and it's excellent for the musicians.
Yeah, it's
That's-
great.
I love it, to get this contact. And people also they go
Yeah,
and
yeah,
look
yeah,
inside
yeah.
the instrument during the show. So that's, well, it depends on the last decision, because sometimes people need the distance and they
Yeah,
need
of course, depends on
space.
projects and stuff.
Mhm.
But
But
yeah.
on this spectacular object-based, a lot of things inside new, which we didn't see. So during the Shimao Costa the concert, we have this problem, but I found out too late. So we get the sound, but in fact on the
Yeah, yeah,
webcast
yeah.
you see the robots moving inside, and
Yes,
they were
yes.
hidden. So the question is, should we see them or not?
Yeah, it's also a question, yeah.
So sometimes in the old times, when somebody was a problem with the synchronization, what we see and hear, I say, well, better close your eyes.
Yeah.
When it's not common, for example, or it makes confusion.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is like this. Even with the text stuff, you don't see what you hear, and you need time to understand. So better not.
But
Yes.
sometimes with this video projection of the work, it's better
Uh-huh.
for the new audience to come. We had this example also in the pandemic, when the Warsaw Autumn Festival was fully streamlined via the internet. And for example, I remember the work by François Sarhan, a lot of scenography works, a lot of specialization,
Uh-huh.
and me being in the body of the newcomer, it would be overwhelming a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And through the video projection, like focusing your consciousness on this, on that, and it's all
Then you are
also
getting lost.
choreographed
That's
by the
too many.
composer.
Yes, yes.
It's much better experience
Okay,
for the
that's right.
starter. What to focus, and also with the direction of the composer as well, because he also does video stuff as well.
But have you been on the Benoit Maubret performance? Okay, so my small grandson was there on the floor, and he was making a lot of actions. I was a little bit afraid that he will really catch Benoit during the performance. And he's a great tester, in fact. You know, because we are covered by many different experiences, and he's so free on that. So that was, you know, on the last moment, Benoit saying "Dzień dobry" in his "Dzień dobry" is good morning or good afternoon, and he was doing this to Polish audience, like Benoit speaking Polish, you know. Okay, so next day my grandson, that was the first word to me, you know, when we met in the morning. Dzień dobry, and then he's repeating this in the house, you know, all the time now. So that's amazing that you are getting this kind of reflection, you know, over this from the small guy being active during the concert. He was making gymnastics and showing his activity more than. But very intimate. You can check on the recording. It's quite nice. No, it's a difficult issue. In fact, yeah, either sometimes yes, sometimes when we are doing this, we have to be afraid a bit and delicate and not to show too much. Yeah, because our senses cannot follow all those.
Yes,
things.
and sometimes later in the time, this documentation of the work sometimes is the only resource to communicate with the work, because there is sometimes only 1-2 performances of the stuff, and that's it. And how it's well or not documented, it's the only way. Sometimes.
You are very good at blending the sound. Like I noticed after your set that you are using this effect processor that's like when people use it, you usually know they are using it, and in your case it's not like that. It's very subtle. But I wanted to ask, like, regarding that blend, because this was the first thing that like came to mind, that your sounds blend together very well. Even though you're improvising, you're clearly playing a lot together. And could you elaborate, like, how did your understanding and practice of improvisation changed over the years because of like how much you're playing together? Because people associate improvisation with like constant redeveloping, surprise, invention, and so on. And it's just like playing, a lot of playing in times.
I don't know if it changed a lot with the time. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, from the very beginning we found like things which were working and which we liked also. And like you said, in this melting sound and this dynamics also. And so I think we just somehow focused on it at the very beginning, and in the way, with the idea to develop that and go further in it. But then after, it's not something that we always say now. We don't try to remind it when we play. Now it's just we go, we play, and we know each other so well for these 6 years. Also, we live together and we are together, so we know each other so well musically and also around, that I think it's a kind of normal is a weird word, but you know, just a thing. For example, yesterday we played like this duo Les Marquises. The last time we played was April. In between we played with the other trios. We played also some acoustic gigs, and so we played different things. but really this duo Les Marquises, so with the turntable and accordion and the drums, it was April, so maybe 6 months, I don't know exactly. And so we arrived on stage. It was like, the funny thing is that it's okay, cool, we like to play this, so it's really, we are very happy, so it brings good energy. But then from the sound check, it's okay, we found our basics, and we are here, we know where we are, and we can just play actually. So I'm not really answering the question, sorry, but
you are like, improvisation is something you do. It's like,
yes, exactly. It's
not
kind of the
everyday
daily,
activity.
But,
that's it.
but if I can just add something, it's like I don't for my what I like when I create a project, even if it's improv, I don't like when it sounds like improv music. I like to have a sound of a band, like even like a rock band or a written music band or whatever. I like to have a specific sound, so I like to work on this, even if it's improvisation. We choose the materials, we know where we are like I don't know, a cadre, and we play inside something that, okay, it's like a soundscape that we have the shape, and we play inside of this, and we have I like to have the sounds of to work on the sound of the band. I like this idea a lot.
Yeah, and like in the other bands we talked about, for example, Bruin with the object, it's a not complete, of course, but a really different way of playing. It's way more acoustic, more minimalistic. Like Les Marquises is kind of, it's not minimalistic music. It's not maximalist, but it's more on this side. Bruin is more minimalistic music. It's different, a completely different way of playing.
Other setup also.
Other setup also, which
you
helps.
Have less, you have just a snare,
Less, yeah.
cymbal. I
Way
just
less
the accordion,
instruments.
I don't have I we like also to change the setup. It changes also
The
so
colors and the
yes.
way of playing, yeah.
It's giving you borders to work with.
Sorry?
The setup is giving you borders to work
Yeah,
with.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The setup helps also in the projects to have this frame and these borders to where we will play and interact. Yeah.
Do you practice on your instruments together or separate?
It depends of time. I practice a lot my instruments. She doesn't like that, but I do.
Happens with drummers a lot.
We know drummers.
You know drummers.
On our pad.
Yes, that's a very important question. What do you practice as the improviser? That's the question.
Personally, I practice a lot of basic techniques, like really this and this on the pad. Like I can do it for hours. It's also, as playing a lot in different projects and stuff, we don't have like 8 hours every day to practice. So when I have really time to practice, I like to practice this basic. It's also, for me at least, it's really good to my mindset, and I feel really well when I can just practice that. And so yeah, most of the time that's what I practice. If I have more time, I also practice on the drums, but then really just playing and having fun. We don't practice. It depends. So we have some periods when we play together. Sometimes in residency for a specific projects, then we play together, and sometimes at home it happens also. There is then mostly acoustic, only snare or small things, and accordion most of the time, or turntable, but rarely both. But yeah, it depends of the time we have. If we are playing a lot together in projects, that we don't play much at home, and sometimes we play with other projects, like her with other people and me with other people, and then we like to play a bit at home also, just together.
So
but
also practice a lot during the gig itself.
Yes.
it's
In a way.
especially this project, we know very well. We're not practicing it. We just meet and play, and to also keep a bit of freshness in it, because sometimes when you play a lot with people, you can lose a bit this. I mean, I was talking of the basics we find when we play. This could also be a bad thing at some point. If you know all the habits of the others and your habit, it's like, oh shit, you can be bored of yourself while playing. So it's nice to keep a bit of freshness. And then for this, I think it's not, at least for us or for me, it's not good to play all the time with the same people. That's the nice thing of improvisation. Also, you can also meet people and just improvise, and something will happen. It's good or not, but
yes, the very same question I asked once Mats Gustafsson, Swedish or Danish?
Swedish, I think.
Swedish saxophone player during the concert in Warsaw, and he said almost the same thing, that he almost practices during the gigs because he plays so a lot of them, and when he has like a couple of weeks to practice, long notes, only breaths, only the basic scales,
the basic,
nothing more.
Yeah.
Breath control, nothing more.
He learned everything from me. I'm joking. If you are watching us.
Yes, and it can be also practicing. It's also just walking in the forest and just listen to the.
No, I would like to remind Maciek that this is a very nice conversation also between us, because we know each other. But when Maciek is relating, making the reference to also autumn too much, then I'm a little bit in trouble. because this is also my partner, but I have confusing relation. It's a little bit like talking about GRM or IRCAM, and then dealing also with the French Confederation of French of our CIMED. This is International Confederation of Electronic Music, which is 34 countries. I was the president, but I'm tired about this, so I became again a secretary, which is now it's also quite a close group, very official. I don't like to make it as so much official. Then we are cooperating with the official institutions, and then you have to change the rules all the time, changing the clothes to be either more official or less official, and something like that. But concerning about the improv scene, we have a collective called. Then I will show my narcissistic way, which I'm killing with for a long time. But Group Lab, we have a group which includes non-musicians. So this is almost like working with the sheep. This is the story that you are coming to the public space and working with the people which don't know exactly what it is. Okay. So this is also a very special mission, sometimes collapsing, sometimes very successful, and my secret, which I explained for years, is a rhythm, not also the rhythm in the music, but the rhythm in our lives. So when you make something regular, then you are doing this. It goes, even that you are in trouble with this. But then we have a meeting, since 2012 at Wednesday at 8 o'clock. No matter what it is, we have this meeting. We are releasing them on our also alternative label, Audiomat. So, and then it appears. So this is the status of flexibility, but also kind of inherence of the space and the people involved. Even that they are changing, the spaces are changing, and then this is the story. Well, the same with all. Academy of Music, Warsaw Autumn, Polish Composers Union, Polish Music Edition. Those three institutions I called once Bermud Triangle. Because maybe if you don't need really to wait to be there, maybe it's better to spend the time to start up with all startups, all new alternatives idea, also going to small city. I think this is the things, because in fact you can find in Busko Zdrój or in some other places the culture department which are in trouble. They don't know exactly what to do, so they have some money and they are doing those regular story. They have a culture houses, they have a very nice schools, they have missions. Okay, so the local is okay, but nothing special in fact also for them. So on the report they are okay, but in fact they are still waiting. So, for example, in Buskosur, there are people coming to the sanatorium, to this resort, local resort with old people. You can go to them, and then you can work with them. I think this is the sometimes to move to the place, not to ask people to the place is also very very interesting. Even that sometimes it collapses.
Of course. But
without try,
you need to try, of course. Yeah.
because without try, in many cases we think that is wrong. That's why. That's also what I explain with my students, which say, well, this is my favorite thing. I think, forget about favor. If you follow your favor all the time, all the life, you don't discover anything. Just close it for a moment and check it out. What's going on? So that's the question. Why they are not here? So this is my collapse. They should be.
Or
Okay. They've got tickets, they've got everything, but they're busy. And that's I said, in a weekend? No, in a weekend we're relaxing. Oh shit. But 2 weekends in the year, please. and no, I'm not begging any more longer. I'm just saying. But then you have to write the article from one event, from one lecture, because it's available on the website. And I ask you to use ChatGPT to do it. And they say, what? Yes, but then you have to put the signature of you have to authorize. And then that's how I also involve them in this controversial, formula. And then, then you can check the website, the articles after the festival.
Okay.
Sometimes are so absurd, and that's also the quite interesting story. On the festival in 2000, we used the first version of English translator, which was very bad. So Blixa Bargeld and those heroes, the English translation to Polish was awful. So we divided the audience for young people, which was so happy with that, and the old one, which were just complaining, and they were saying, "What are you crazy? Just employ some good translator. What is this?" He said, "No, it's automatic translation by translated version 1.0." So you can also check it. But this is great for Polish people, not for Polish, because you can find this złego nasienion. Nikt złego nasienion. Sprawdźcie, bo te PDF-y tam w tych programach, to ja tam topię studentów w tym i mówię, macie nie poprawiać, tylko zobaczcie, jakie były początki algorytmych programów w tamtych czasach. Sorry, I'm just talking head. Okay, and thank you very much. We have a lot of time. Look at the clock. We have still 12 o'clock and 5.
Thank you.
5 seconds to start your lecture.
That's the simplest way to freeze the time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks for having us. And thank you.
And good luck. Yes.
Yeah, you too.
Yay!
Okay.
So optimistic.
Yes.
Yay!
We met you.
Wow. Sorry.
Emilie.
Czas zapomniałem. To nie dla ciebie, bo wiem, że tego nie jest, ale dla rodziny.
Nie, zażymam sobie różne probiotyki, wiesz, i stronus, takie rzeczy. Mam ciekawego w Francji, który prowadzi taką dużą firmę. Właściwie to się zaczyna sprawdzać, po ile na miesiąca. Trzeba wytrzymać po prostu. Nic nie działa od razu. Znaczy, przepraszam,
Nie ma sprawy, ale widzi pan profesor? Odebrałem w końcu dyplom po 2 latach. Jest eksperyment dźwiękowy.
Ale to ciekawe, bo naprawdę? Od kogo?
No.
Kto prowadził ten eksperyment dźwiękowy?
No właśnie, no pan profesor musiał chyba dać tutaj.
C'est vrai que ça sonne pas super bien parce que c'est des
No jak jest ECTS, to ktoś musiał podpisać finalnie.
Nie, bo wiecie, taką miałem aferę w tym, miałem aferę w SWPS-ie. SWPS otwarł u nas Wydział Interdyscyplinarny, a tam ja wyłączę kamerę.
No właśnie.
Dobry pomysł, rozmawiamy o instytucjach.
Ils sont appelés